Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard. Just a note before you see the interview that I do with The Big Show with Paul Wight. I was up first for the day on this satellite media tour, and he was in Florida, and I was in Las Vegas, and I was up at 6:30 in the morning, and everyone is staying home because of the coronavirus, and so you're going to find parts of my interview where it's going to drop out. Everyone's, adjusting to this new technology where we're using our computers and Zoom and all those kind of things. So, parts of the interview, just bear with me. And but it's Paul Wight, man. I'm not going to turn him down. So, anyway, just to give you a little heads up, and on to the interview.
Your dad's The Big Show?
It's been a minute since I retired from wrestling, so I want to get in as much family time as I can. You, the kids, and my championship belts. Oh, you're so beautiful.
You talking to me or the belt?
You? Okay, you two, talk.
Wait, I love a good sister fight. Let me get my popcorn.
If you stole my dream jacket on ice, then I lost, and I got a merit, and now I'll never become the first meal for the rest.
Ooh, I think I just blacked out for a second.
Paul the Big Show Wight, and he joins me right now. Hey, Paul. Good morning.
Hi, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing great, and greetings from Las Vegas.
I'm doing great, man. It's pretty early out there for you. Was it 6:30 a.m.?
Yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning here, but hey, it's the Big Show. Let's see. That's going to get me up early in the morning to speak to you.
You got a future in politics, my friend. That's awesome.
Now, Paul, don't you know the Hollywood rule? Never work with children or animals. And your sitcom is about your two teenage daughters and one other daughter who's moving in too.
Yeah, but when you're a giant, you have to work with children or animals, or else people run away screaming and they grab their pitchforks and torches and then they chase you. So, no, I'm very happy to be working with the kids that I have. Plus, they've got a lot more talent than I do. So, I help hide my inadequacies.
And Paul, when did the acting bug bite you? Tell me about that journey.
Well, it's funny. It all started with doing Saturday Night Live with The Rock. It was myself, Mick Foley, and Triple H and Vince McMahon. And I really loved the energy of the live audience interaction. And I probably started right around that time where I started pestering Vince McMahon, my boss, that I can do comedy, I can be funny, I can be entertaining. And Vince over my career gave me a lot of opportunities to do that within our programming. But at the same time, I still had a character. I was the Big Show. I was kind of like the Goliath for the Davids to conquer. You know, you're kind of stuck in a little bit of a typecast, if that makes any sense. But when the partnership came up with WWE and Netflix to do this show, luckily I had aggravated all the people at WWE so much that they knew that I was the guy for the show, and they trusted me with this venture, this partnership. And it's just been an incredible ride, incredible blessing to know in your gut and your stomach that you can do something, and knowing that people will like it, and then finally getting the opportunity to do it and bring families closer, especially in a crazy time like this. And I get all the posts and the messages from people laughing that love it, and the whole family's watching it. I'm very, very proud of that. Very proud.
So I hear you shave your head when you need advice.
It's funny. There are little things like that. Like when I want to think, I do shave my head. I usually don't use a bladed razor. I usually use an electric one. For me, it just works better. That's how I do my thinking. I walk around and shave my head. There's a lot of little funny things in there, like the part where my middle daughter, Lily Brooks, who plays Mandy, when she asked for my Marriott points, that's like a big joke with everybody in my family because I won't come off Marriott points for anything. I hoard Marriott points like Scrooge McDuck. So and I do have close to 3 million Marriott points, but I won't come off them for anything. Oh yeah, well Aunt Betsy needs to come in and get it. Well, okay, well she can pay for. Well, can't you use your points? No, I'm not using my points. Absolutely not. We'll put a tent in the backyard. I'm not using my points.
So did you hit it off with your on-screen family right away?
Instantly, from the very first read that I went to, they had already casted Juliette Donafield, who plays JJ, obviously, because she's just got so much pizzazz and personality. And they had casted Raylan Caster, who plays my oldest daughter, Lola. And I went for the interaction reads for the part of Mandy, and my wife, which Allison Munn plays, Cassie. And as soon as all four of us got together, there was just something magical that happened. The way everybody got along, the girls, JJ, Lily, and Raylyn, they all got along famously. I don't know if you've ever been around kids of different ages, from teenagers to 9-year-olds. Sometimes they all don't get along, but these girls instantly had a bond. I know my first day of shooting, the girls had all gotten together the weekend before, made a whole bunch of like chocolate covered strawberries and
Aw.
cookies and all that. I mean, they got together as like the new daughters and welcomed their new TV dad. So from day one, working, the girls were just absolutely fantastic to be around and to work with. And they're such pros. I come from a different professional level as far as, WWE and talent and how you do things,
Yeah.
how you prepare, and it was always a surprise to me to see how incredibly focused these girls were, and they're so young. I think, when I was their age, I was probably like still lighting glue on fire or something. Well, it's tough as a parent. I mean, if you want to go do something with your kids, sometimes it's really hard to connect on a lot of shows because a lot of the shows they're for a younger audience, the parents are really dumb, or the kids don't like the parents, or the kids are such snarky kids that you don't even really like to watch the kids. And the one thing that I liked about our show and wanted to stress from the beginning was a core attitude of love. I mean, yeah, families argue and families don't get along, and that happens. But at the bottom root of it all, when you get down to the DNA of it, the family loves each other and the family is stronger together than apart. And that's the message that I kind of wanted to send with our show. I wanted to be fun. I wanted to be uplifting. And at the same time, I wanted the show to be a family that you want to be a part of.
And what skills did you bring from wrestling into your new sitcom?
Absolutely. The interaction with the live audience is the biggest thing that I brought from wrestling to our show, because we're taping in front of a live audience. So the rhythm of the crowd and learning on how the crowd responds to different jokes and different scenes, and just even looks on my face when certain things happen. So that was a nice carryover from sports entertainment, to have that relationship with the audience. But it's a whole new set of skill set, from hitting your lights to not blocking other actors on the multicam when you're talking, where you positioned. There was a lot of things I had to learn really quick, and I had some great teachers. My girls, I call them my girls, the girls that play my daughters, Raylyn Castor, Lily Brooks, and Juliet Donafield. My girls were such pros, and they helped me. And then my co-star Allison Munn, who plays my wife Cassie, she was just an absolute an angel as far as helping me to learn how to do certain things the right way. Although we did find my number one nemesis in doing family comedy is the door. I have the worst trouble opening and closing doors and going through doors. Either I shut them too loud, too hard, or the handle breaks off. Like the doors were my nemesis. Like every time we had a scene with me in the door, I stressed over it. The door won every time. Every time the door won. Yeah, every time the door won. Goodness gracious. It's everybody that's on our set, they know that.
Paul, man, you're a really funny guy, and you have great comic timing. Where did your sense of humor come from?
I think the having a sense of humor was my way to interact with other people. At 12 years old, I was 6'2", 220 pounds, and I was shaven. So in order for me to fit in with those around me, I had to develop a sense of humor. I had to be quick-witted, and I had to make people at ease with my presence and size. And I think that's one thing I've always worked on ever since I was little. Is I've never been one to be the big, intimidating guy, though that's what I did in wrestling. But in real life, I'm someone that's very empathetic for other people's feelings, and I try to make sure that people are comfortable around me, and it's okay to talk to me. It's the line, "Oh, I hate to run into you in a dark alley." And I'm like, "Why? I might have a flashlight. I might know where we are." So everybody's been responding real well to it. I know our first day out, we started trending in the top 10 on Netflix. So that's a pretty good sign that we'll get season 2. Fingers crossed.
Paul, thanks so much for talking to me today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you.
This is the big show.
The big show?
The big show.
The big show!
The little show. This is my home. You're my home. There's nowhere else I want to be. Are you gonna cry?
No. Yes, but later when I'm in the bath.
And for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. I'm Jeffrey Howard in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.